This is wildlife biologist Eric Orff with my New Hampshire Fish and Wildlife YouTube channel. This is the first week of May, and lots of things are happening here, but gee, I see from some of my Facebook posts that people are really interested in fiddlehead ferns. Where to find them, what they look like, when to pick them. So for the first week of May, which is typically in Central New Hampshire, the fiddleheads typically are coming up about the first week of May almost every year, give or take a few days. So let's take a look at some of my fiddleheads down here, right down here. Alright, actually I'm going to close this down and take a little walk here. So, a fiddlehead fern. A fiddlehead fern is actually an ostrich fern. And this is what they look like. Oh, good. Okay, I'll try to slow down here. Get the strap out of the way. Alright, let's see if I can show you some fiddlehead ferns. Alright. That's what a fiddlehead fern looks like right there. Right here. See how they actually have this hard knob that they grow out of. Here's some I picked the other day right here. So they have this hard, almost like pineapple-like knob that comes out of the ground. And normally they are found around wetlands for the most part. So here's some that I missed the other day. So when I picked 2 days ago, these were just a little bit, but in 2 days they can spring out of the ground. So you just have 3 or 4 days or less than a week to pick most of the fiddleheads. They go by very quickly, obviously depending how shaded they are. So you can see here in this little garden I have here that a couple of decades ago I planted 3 or 4 fiddleheads, and they've just thrived here. So is this a wetland? It is no. The river's 70 yards away, but the soil seems to be right, and my fiddleheads are popping out of the ground. I'll be out here, and you just break them off. You don't need to cut them off. You simply break them off. So you can see some of them will have this brown stuff on them right here. So you have to peel it off before you cook them and clean them. Do not do it in the dryer. Trust me, that is a mistake. Do not try to get the brown stuff off in your dryer. No, your wife will not like you, or whoever your spouse is, or your significant other. So you can see there's some other ferns over here. Now there's some ferns growing right next to that fern over there that is not a fiddlehead. So above the stone wall, more and more fiddleheads all along here. I have planted over the years fiddleheads. Now here's some over here that have never, even though the other ones came up the other day, these are not. So I can see some green down there, so they are coming. But so all these knobs are all fiddlehead ferns. So you can plant them right around your yard. They like a shaded area. They do not like direct sunlight. Almost always see them in the shade. And this usually only gets the midday to afternoon sun here. So fiddleheads. So here's some more that I missed right here. Now the other thing, these are kind of a light green here today, but generally if I'm driving along and I look out into the woods in the summertime, I can pick out fiddlehead ferns. They are generally a very dark, a deep dark green. They're not this light color green. They'll change color here in a couple of days. So here's another fern here that is not an ostrich fern, but look at all the brown all over those. Not ostrich, right? Even though it's kind of a hard head, it's a different kind of a fern. Different leaves, different kind of fern. And those are all volunteered. I've not planted those. So I have literally fiddlehead ferns around my whole yard. This is an old railroad bed here. In that corner of my yard over there, that whole corner, from there up to there, are fiddlehead ferns. I'll be picking gallons, probably a couple gallons of fiddlehead ferns over the next few days here at my house. So yeah, you can plant them around your lawn. It's been, I bet I've had them there more than 2 decades, so 20, 25 years or more I've had these ferns planted, and they've thrived. Over there, they're under my pear trees and plum trees, so they get shade. So even though there's a lot of sun right now, when the leaves come out in another week or so, they will be shaded. So for the most part, they don't like direct sun. They like some shade and good fertile ground. But here's what they look like. So these are already starting to unfurl, and these are going by what you want. You don't want them, well, that's not the edge of what you normally pick them. You like them curled up. So these are starting to unfurl here. So these are almost gone by, and 2 days ago I picked these all off. So in 2 days these have shot up. So fiddlehead ferns are, so daffodils blooming, forsythia blooming before the fruit trees bloom. So my plum tree has not bloomed yet. So the first week of May, you can pretty much count on seeing some fiddleheads up in central New Hampshire near wet areas, near wetlands. And I can be driving along I-93 and see fiddleheads. They are all over the place. It is the ostrich fern, only the ostrich fern that you want to pick and eat. You peel off the brown stuff, not in your dryer, and yeah. So it is time to pick fiddleheads in central New Hampshire. Hey, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you would. Well, yeah, let's take you down to the final look at some of my fiddleheads thriving in my backyard. Yeah, they are. Fiddleheads, fiddleheads. Oh yeah, be having some for dinner tonight. It is fiddlehead season in central New Hampshire. Get out in the woods, keep your social distance, but look at that. You can harvest the bounty from our forest right here in New Hampshire. It is awesome. Fiddleheads, ho ho ho, it's fiddlehead season in New Hampshire right now.